Now to the Trump presidency. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi held a closed-door meeting with House Democrats this morning to update them on the ongoing congressional investigations into President Trump. She's trying to convince members to hold off on impeachment hearings into the president for now. CBS 4's Natalie Brand has the details from Capitol Hill.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is urging Democratic colleagues to let investigations into the president wrap up before moving on to impeachment proceedings.
We believe that no one is above the law, including the President of the United States, and we believe that the President of the United States is engaged in a cover-up.
But more and more Democrats say they now support impeachment hearings because of the Trump administration's refusal to comply with congressional subpoenas for witnesses and documents.
And I think it's just a matter of time before more members come to the very exact conclusion.
The House Judiciary Committee has issued subpoenas to hear from Annie Donaldson, former chief of staff for former White House counsel Don McGahn, and Hope Hicks, former White House communications director. Both were key figures in special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation, but the White House is likely to ask them not to testify.
They want a do-over. That's not how life works. When you lose, you move on. You don't get to play the game again.
The Trump administration was able to reach a deal with the House Intelligence Committee to provide some of the underlying documents from the Mueller report.
Starting with an initial set of 12 categories of documents we had requested that contain intelligence and counterintelligence information that was alluded to in the report.
But the administration is refusing to budge on the president's tax return. The Washington Post published an internal IRS memo that concludes the only basis for the IRS not to comply with the subpoena for the president's tax returns is if the agency invoked executive privilege. But that memo was not passed up the line to Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin.
We're trying to find out who wrote the memo, where it came from, when it was, and why it wasn't distributed. Yes.
Mnuchin says he believes the Trump administration has the legal right not to turn over the tax returns. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The fight over the president's tax returns will likely be settled in the courts.